Hi everybody, Jason Ellis here, one of the bloggers on the Emily Walker's Not So Famous Authors blog. I thought today I'd do it face to face for a change, do a little vlog for you. I'll keep it short, don't worry, I won't waffle on for too long. Today, because I'm nearly at the end of my latest book, I'm going to talk about the editing process. This is done in so many different ways. I mean, you might do your book and then it goes straight off to the editor, comes back with changes, you do the changes, goes off to the editor again. I have done that before in the past. Usually I will edit my book to a certain level that I think is right first, then I will send it out to beta readers, and then there's ARC copies, advanced copies to readers as well. And then of course I still have to have the final kind of read through to make sure that I'm absolutely 100% happy with it before I then send it off to the printers. So like I say, because I've been doing a book, I think at the moment I'm on about the 5th round of edits, give or take, which I'll show you a couple of examples of in a minute. And it comes down to as well how you want to tell your story. The editing process, a lot of people don't like the editing process, but if you think about it as the fact that your book is you're tightening up your manuscript, every sentence, every chapter, paragraph, etc., it's got to be exactly as you've pictured it. So if you read something when you're doing your editing process and something just doesn't click, just take it slowly, maybe step back from it for a bit. Usually when I do my edits, I'll give myself at least a week or a couple of weeks gap between the edits, because you're so invested in your manuscript, you're so close to it. If you work on it every day, you write a new chapter, etc. But the reason that you miss things or you can't see it first time is because of that, because of the investment, because of how attached you are to it. So like I say, I always give myself a gap in between. I'll work on something completely different, or I'll read a book, anything really. You just need to detach yourself from that manuscript just for that enough time before it will sink in. I have some examples here. So if we can get these up on camera here, you can see there, and you can see on that one as well. Marks everywhere, edits and everything. I've even, just over here, you probably can't see it very well, just over there I actually changed the order of the chapter completely. I took a section that was further down, changed that to the first paragraph, and it changed in order completely. That then led to this one here, which as you can see has less marks on it, although still a few. And then of course a couple of weeks break, work on further chapters down the line, forget about that chapter, etc. Detach yourself from it, as I've said. And then we are onto this one now, which as you can see has one or two, a few little things, nothing major. That will then be changed, and that will then be the official first chapter, which I'll sign off, and that will go out to the beta readers, etc., or to the editor, depending on which method you're going to use. But like I say, there's a lot of editing companies out there. There's a lot of people who we all know, we're all familiar with, who offer editing services. If you can, use them. I know a lot of people do, and I'm very happy with the results. I myself take a different route. Like I say, I have used editors before, but I like to get the manuscript to a certain level first before I let people read it. When I'm writing a book, in my process, I usually will concentrate on if I'm writing a scene, for example, the dialogue, any speech, etc., things like that, thoughts of the characters, they come out first. then on the next round, that's when you start to add in, I say, meat to the bones. That's my expression. Add meat to the bones. It's you know, main character said, but what were they doing? And that's when all the other details get added into it. You see, so that's how I work. But just that extra bit of time. I know, like I said, give yourself a gap between. I know a lot of people are very eager to finish their book, get their book out, get it finished, get it published. But it's that extra bit of time that you put in, or your editor puts in, to polish it up to. You can't say perfection. I avoid the word perfection because you know, don't aim for perfection. Aim to tell your story as you want to tell it. Okay, if you have to change one word to make it brilliant, then excellent, you've done a great job. But yeah, like I say, I give myself quite a lot of time in the editing process to pick out all the little things. I argue with commas all day long. I argue with full stops. You know, paragraphs come and punch me in the face, and the usual stuff. You know, we've all been there, or you might be getting there for the first time. So hopefully, like I say, a little bit of advice and the things I showed you there. The fact that with the editing, you go from one page full of change this, change that, what's happening here, to another page which is just like remove that comma, move that comma, put a full stop here, start a new sentence. You know, and that's it. That, I mean, when you get to that stage in your edit, then you can tell yourself that the book is finished. You can't do any more. This is another thing that I do. I have to actually tell myself to leave it alone, because you can, like I said before, with the you're invested in your book, and you've invested yourself so much in it, and you're so attached to it. That is a double-edged sword, because although you will look at it and you will get it to its absolute best, you can also over-edit. You can keep reading. No matter how many times you read it, you will think of something that you could change, and this process could carry on for months and months and months. So that you have to get to a point, and then you have to say right and send it away. And then you will get your feedback from, like I say, you'll get your feedback from your beta readers or your art copies. And I've never yet, I mean, cross my fingers, I haven't got any wood near me, but touch wood, touch wood, I've never had anybody come back yet and say that there's any major plot twists or things that need changing in art copies or to the beta readers. So it seems to be working for me. But find your own method. But like I say, if you can, give yourself that bit of time, because it's just that extra little bit of effort, and it's the readers who notice this. And after all, you know, we write for the readers, so you want your book to get to them in best possible shape. Yeah, so there you go. Short little burst today. I've got my timer up here. It's about 8.5 minutes. I hope I haven't bored you. But if you're just about to hit that editing process, don't panic. Okay, I mean, there's plenty of help out there, and you know, we're all connected now on Facebook, etc., and places like that. So there'll be a lot of people who just ask them a question and they'll give you a bit of advice or help if they can. So alright then, so thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon on the next blog. Bye.